Some people take lightly the glory of the word. If God has given me a mandate in our dispensation, he has given me a conviction heavy beyond words I can articulate, that men should be drawn back to understanding that there is no breakthrough in our dispensation if we are disconnected from the revelation of the person of Jesus Christ through his word. The reason why you see a lot of mayhem and destruction, even in the body of Christ, the lack, the suffering, the deaths, the divisions that we have, the misinterpretation of things, that the people who have been in the gospel for 30 or 40 years, and a man says something and you are shocked that he has been walking in the gospel and has been in active ministry and has a successful ministry, but the way he has interpreted the word is just so off, and you can tell that is not taught of God, or that the ministry has been sustained for a long time by the gifting on the man. There are places that the gifting can never go. The gifting of God is a good thing. All right, but these giftings are usually vindicators. They're usually justifiers. They're usually confirmers of what is already affirmed in our spirit. Our affirmation is not in the giftings. Our affirmations is in the knowledge of God. It's that place where a man must know their God, and because of that, they shall do mighty exploits. All right, we're in a time where we cannot ignore the reality of the fact that to many people who open the Bible is not open to. There are many people who read, they search out, they have books and pens, they try to write all manner of notes. Books have been written, and some of the books have actually destroyed than they have built. You understand? Because we have a certain understanding, a certain interpretation of what it means to be taught. It is easy for people to just want to go to a church and just have a service of deliverance where they're casting out devils out of them for 20 hours than sitting before a teacher. You understand? He says in that day their ears will grow dull of hearing. Their ears will grow dull of hearing. And one of the things that Satan has robbed of this generation and dispensation is attention. Many of us cannot attend to a thing, especially deliberately and consistently, when it touches something that applies ourselves to reading, to taking time to because there are a lot of distractions in the spirit realm. One of the biggest distractions of the spirit realm is social media. For you who is watching or even listening to me, can you ask yourself the last time you actually sat with a book in your hands and read for 1 or 2 hours, non-stop, uninterrupted? But it's easy to watch videos. It's easy to read, stories. It's easy, and I don't want you to think that I'm judging you, but I'm trying to tell you just how much distracted the atmosphere of the spirit is. The atmosphere is so distracted by a lot of things that take our attention and dissuade us from the things that we must truly attend to. And one time the Spirit of the Lord was telling me, he talked to me one day and he said, this is so demonic, more so for the Christians. It is so demonic that you can sit on your phone for 3-4 hours, 5 hours a day, 6 hours or 7 hours of your 24-hour days, 24 hours of a day, and you are watching or attending to things that cannot connect you eternally, but yet you cannot sit for 1 hour or 30 minutes simply to look into something that should give you life. If it is robbery, the devil has actually robbed. If it is stealing, the devil has actually stolen of our attention. If it is killing, the devil has actually killed of our time. If it is destruction, the devil has actually invested a lot in destroying our minds into understanding God. And that's what happened. That's what's happening in our dispensation. That is why we don't see the power and the glory of God like we must see. People do not read the word. Okay, and if it is something that I have to preach for the rest of my life, I feel that emphasis for me in my spirit is strong, because it's one of those things God has mandated me to give into this generation. Part of what makes me this apostle, this apostolic voice. When he was speaking to me years ago, there were instructions that I received, and one of the things that God instructed me was, he said, go cause my people to fall in love with the word. Let me give you words throughout your spirit that when a man will hear them, he will gain a hunger. He will stir a certain thirst of reading the word. And if I can do that, then I'm doing exactly what God called me to do, and that I'll continue to do well by his grace.